Alright, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the official Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching on this Wednesday night, November the 15th, 2023. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very channel and my other channels down there. You know where they are. In the description box below. Leave a comment if you wish. And don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like button. Stick a thumb straight up your own butt or other people's asses. Just hit that like button. And everything else. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, you need a thumb up your ass. But I digress on that. Smack around a little bit too. So follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. I think we all know what to do with it by now. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. And that's it. So, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to get more. And enjoy. And if you can't, then get out of here. Go fuck yourself. But if this is your very first time watching, you're floating around YouTube, you see my great face, and you like what you hear, you like what you see, and you want more, hit the bell, leave a comment if you wish, and subscribe to this channel. Show my other channels your love and support as well. And as I always say, for almost 15 goddamn years, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride, and if not, you can always hop off anytime you want. Or just hop off and then jump in a hole. Matter of fact, go in a hole. That's it. You don't like it? Too fucking bad. Go on somebody else's channel. I don't give a shit. But I don't take stragglers. I don't take all these fake ass people. You want to be fake? Be fake on somebody else's channel. Go support their half-dead channel. Or go support whatever, you know. Go support a criminal. I don't give a shit. Want to support people that do that shit? Then do that. See where your life is gonna go. They're not paying your bills. They're not even getting any money either, probably, but it is what it is. You want to support assholes, then support assholes. You want to support real people like me, then do that. But if you're going to be fake about it, you're getting blocked. So, you don't like it? Too bad. Oh, you need to take constructive criticism. Not if you're going to insult me. You're going to make false accusations about me when you have no proof. Then, I think you need to shut the fuck up and move on. And if you can't do that, you got a problem. That's called obsession. It's called stalking. So, it is what it is. I don't stalk your garbage channels. I don't need to, and I don't really care. Whatever you people say, don't care. I'm worried about myself. I'm not worried about your dead channel. It is what it is. I'm not worried about YouTube, because YouTube ain't nothing for me. It's just a hobby, that's it. Just come here to have fun and talk to other wrestling fans that are real about the world of professional wrestling or any sport, anything really, sports, music, whatever. Can't be real, then this is not the place for you. But I'm real. I've been real for close to 15 years. I might not be perfect at certain things, and now I've had my transgressions, but I made up for it. I made up for it. I atoned for some of my past, and that's it. I move on. But some of you dumbasses cannot move on, and you need to. Seriously. You cannot hold a grudge for 5, 10, 15 fucking years. Because that's major obsession. I'm just saying. And what is your life is going to be like? Don't you have a job? Don't you have a woman or a guy? I mean, no discrimination about that. But if you got a life away from YouTube, then focus on that. Don't focus on what a 46, almost 47-year-old guy does on YouTube. and what he's done in his past. Who gives a shit about the past? Think about the future. Think about the now and then. Not now and then, but now and then into the future. I don't care what anybody says about me. It's all basic lies and bullshit. It is what it is. We might have difference of opinion on things, but if you just make outlandish fucking bullshit about me and others, try to take away my real life friends and my friends I have on YouTube, then you need to be put in the slammer, because that's just wrong. Should be one-on-one, not bring other people into it. If you can't do one-on-one, then fuck you. That's pretty much it. But we move on. Alright, so hope everybody had a great Wednesday, the midpoint of the week. We're at the midpoint of November. We are pretty much 5 weeks away from the greatest day in the world and Christmas, and then 6 weeks away from the end of the year. So we are fast approaching the holiday season, the end of the year, and before you blink, it'll be 2024. So we are just about 1 week away from Thanksgiving, where we stuff our fat faces and watch football all day. And then the next day we go to the local Best Buy or the mall or whatever, and trample over each other and kill each other and fight for no apparent reason. Because we're gonna get the sale! We gotta get the newest PlayStation! Dumb. Black Friday should be abolished. I'm sorry. And if you work on Black Friday, God bless you, but you need a day off. If I had it my way, Thanksgiving weekend should be a whole week off. You don't need to work on Black Friday. You don't even need to work on Saturday or even Sunday. Come back into work on Monday. Fuck that. But I don't even think we can even do that. If we all went to the Supreme Court and did that, we could. But do you think the Supreme Court will do that? No. It's like talking to the brick wall. But if there was a way that every hard-working American could get off the entire freaking Thanksgiving weekend, that's good. And get off Christmas Eve, too. But some stores are open on holidays, which is stupid. I mean, it's extra pay, holiday pay, time and a half, but some people don't want to work on the holidays because they work in the morning, they work in the afternoon, and they want to be with their families and loved ones. They want to go away to see their loved ones or whatever. They have to work on freaking holidays. It's stupid. But some stores do that. Some stores, they stay open on holidays because supermarkets, liquor stores, whatever it may be. Retail. That's why retail fucking sucks. And if you work in retail, bless you. Maybe try to find another line of work. I don't work in retail. Thankfully I did, but thankfully I got out of that. Now I'm in a great job when I can take it. I have off on holidays. I don't give a shit. I have a set schedule, pretty much. Make good money, and I'm happy. And when I used to work in retail, I hated working on my birthday. I hated working on holidays. I hated it. That's why I'll never work in retail ever again. I'm happy working in music, so I'm happy. But that's it. Something else to be happy about is right now, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review. For November the 14th, 2023, we are emanating once again from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. I just like saying it like that. But we are at the CWC in Orlando, Florida, and as always, every Tuesday night, our commentary team of the man with the creepy jacket and candy, creepy man himself, Vic Joseph, and the man who smokes more weed than you. That's a fact. And that's the two-time Hall of Famer, Booker T. Sucker! Black Snow. Oh yeah. The Kool-Aid Man, I call him. The black version. No, I can't be black because they're... Oh, maybe. Cherry black. Black cherry? The black cherry Kool-Aid Man himself. Booker T. There you go. So every time he goes, oh yeah! Oh yeah! You gotta love it, yeah! Sounds like the Kool-Aid Man. I'm wearing red too! Why not? Why not? I mean, it is Wednesday, but, well, Monday we red, but it's Wednesday, so. I just picked a shirt out of the next shirt out of the drawer, so what do you want me to do? By the way, Tommy fucking Dreamer, baby. Old school ECW shirt. Old school. Because I'm cool. Because old school is cool. Not like Carlito, but, you know. Because Carlito spits in the face of people who think they want to be cool. Or not cool. Carlito doesn't like people who don't want to be cool. He spit in the face of people. With my green apple. It is what it is. And that's that. Alright, so another week of NXT. We are closing in on about almost 3 weeks away from our final NXT pay-per-view of the year. NXT Deadline, December the 9th, 2023, from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Hey, that's around WWE territory. Headquarters, really. So, we're setting up some matches for that. We already got the Iron Survivor matches all set up. Still got qualifying matches. We got the lovely Lita with her 4 participants that are qualifying in the Iron Survivor match. Next week we got the Wrestling God. Though he's not a god. That's JBL. And then the week after that is going to be the King, Jerry the King Lawler. So we'll have our Iron Survivor match set. All the men and the women competing in that match to see who gets a title shot for the women's title and the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. But we got other things to worry about before we get there. Alright, so we had a pretty good night. It wasn't a great night, but still pretty okay show. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time because we've got Dynamite coming up in about 40 minutes. Well, that should be a pretty interesting show from Ontario, California. The go-home show before this Saturday night's Full Gear event from the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, California. The former home of the Hollywood Bad Boy. This guy right here. But we move on with that. If you follow my XWF career. Some of you do, some of you don't. But now you know. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we start off NXT with a recap of last week with Chase U! And all the allegations that are happening with Mr. Chase. You know, Casey Jane gets an envelope, she looks in, what's that? And then Mr. Chase says, oh, you can't read my mail, that's against the law. And then, you know, he doesn't have a class, he dismisses the class. Free period! And then he looks in the manila envelope that Big Angie gave him, you know, one of Tony D's associates. And then he looks in it, it looks like a letter. I thought it was a picture, but it looks like a letter. Uh-oh! Something happening. And he's like, oh, shit! So Chase U might be under investigation, so we're gonna hopefully see what happens with that. So we see all that, and then we find out that Chase U are gonna defend the tag team titles against my cousin, Tony D'Angelo, and Stacks. So, we get that. So, then we go to inside the Capitol Wrestling Center. We are ready to go for live action. And we start with the tag team titles. We have Chase U of Mr. Chase, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson, his prize pupil, along with the lovely JC Jane, even though she was kind of hooded up. Because we see her coming in. I don't want to see you guys, leave me alone. Something's going on with that. I think JC Jane is a spy for Mr. Tony D'Angelo, but that's just my opinion. Alright, she's there, you know, the other resident weedhead, that's Thea Hale. She's out at ringside, and they're defending against Faizan. My cousin, get in here, my cousin. Hey, how you doing, cousin? My legit fucking cousin. I am not lying. He is my cousin. Tony D'Angelo, who gets you a chicken parmesan hero. You know how much? $2. $2. You don't get it for $6. I don't get it for $6. I don't get it for $8. I get it for $2. With my cousin. And his tag team partner, Channing Lorenzo Stacks. Alright, so we're going to see if Tony D and Stacks can regain the tag team belts they lost to Chase U about a month or so ago. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so pretty decent match. Starts with Tony D clearing the ring. That's what Italians do. We clear things out. Get out of here. Hey, forget about it. Get out of here. What's the matter, you? Anyway, and then hip tosses Stacks over the top rope onto Chase U. As we go to break, we come back. The La Familia working over Duke Hudson, and then we see in the audience several members of the student body, or the students basically, like, fuck this, we're out. It's not good if your students are like, fuck this, man. They probably saw the letter somebody told, probably JC Jane, but we'll see. They all get up and leave. They're booing. They started booing Mr. Case, specifically Mr. Case. So, sucks to be you. Hey there, Teach. Anyway, so they get up to leave. Tony gets a blind tag. Duke Hudson puts Tony, pulls him off the apron. Stacks runs over to the ropes. Duke hits Stacks with a slingshot German suplex. Almost like Shinsuke Nakamura-like, but Duke tries to do the same to Tony D, but Tony D sends Duke into the ring steps. Ow! And then the family land a superplex frog splash combo. Good. On Mr. Case, Duke Hudson has to break up the pin to save the belts. And then Mr. Case gets booed even more as he comes back, starts doing the Chase U stomps. And then Tony D comes back, and him and Stacks hit bada bing, bada boom, but forgot Tony, my cousin, how you forget the bada bang? Come on. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. 1, 2, 3 on Mr. Chase. We have new tag team champions, La Familia. We are back with the gold, baby. That's what happens when you fuck with Italians. We get our revenge. So Tony D and Stacks are two-time NXT Tag Team Champions of the world. And poor Mr. Case, well, you got some explaining to do. And we'll see what happens with that. So Tony D and Stacks are the new champs match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. That's it. And then pretty much after the match, Mr. Case is like, oh, what am I gonna do now? And we'll see a little bit later what happens. And we'll find out a little bit later with all that shit. So we move on with that. Alright, after that, we go to Supernova Sessions with the Supernova himself, the Heritage Champion Noam Dar, coming off his pretty impressive win against Akira Tozawa. Jack Fromber's great friend. Probably his only friend. No, I kid. I kid. Anyway, so he comes out with the rest of Metaphor, Oro Menza, and the lovely Ebony ladies themselves, Jakari Jackson and Lash Legend. Get shit done. Respectfully. And, Miss Lash Legend is going to be in, our next match against another hottie, Roxy, in a Iron Survivor qualifying match. But before that, Noam Dar has his Supernova Sessions with the Alpha Academy. So they come out. Actually, we see his Heritage Cup all locked in chains so Akira Tozawa doesn't steal it. And then everyone starts arguing over whether Tozawa would have beaten Noam Dar last week. No. Who wants to really see Akira Tozawa with that? That Heritage Cup? Just saying. Anyway, he says, so Lash Legend says, I'm going to qualify for the Iron Survivor match at Deadline. And then, And then afterwards we see Alpha Academy come out, the beautiful Maxine Dupri. Respectfully. The big fat man, Otis. Akira Tozawa as well. Why is he in the group? He doesn't fit. He just doesn't. He's just there. It's like an insignificant ant that you just can't get rid of. He's just there. And also, my good friend, Chad Gable, thank you. So they're there. Otis starts hitting on Lash Legend, doing the thrust. He's dancing, he's like thrusting. I get to be up fat. And Lash is disgusting. Like, hey, have you seen your dick in a while? Hey, if Otis can get with Mandy Rose, he could probably get with Lash Legend. Gotta give the fat people their love too. I digress. Anyway, so more bickering happens, and then Chad Gable says, well, you beat Akira Tozawa. How about you give me a Heritage Championship title shot, which would be, I believe, is going to be next week. I think it's next week. Blah, blah, blah. So Dart was like, okay, I'll give you a shot. You're going to lose, but we'll see. So then everything seems like it's hunky-dory, but then Noam Dar tries a kick shot. Chad Gable hits him with a headbutt, knocks Dar the fuck out. And then everybody else leaves except for Lash Legend because she has a match coming up next. And then Alpha Academy's in the ring dancing. Are we going to get another week of people dancing? I mean, we got Alpha Academy dancing. We got Daniel Garcia, the dancing fool. And we got the only man who actually can dance, and that's my good friend and the real Prince of the Prophecy and the Purge, my good friend from my neck of the woods, Prince Nana. I swerve when I drive and swerve when I drive and swerve when... Okay, not about that. Anyway, so probably another week of dancing, Dad, dancing. Stop it! You have to have Vince McMahon / Triple H tell you to stop it. But I digress. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. It was a good session, but whatever. Alright, then we get to Lash Legend and Roxy. It was all good. Jakari Jackson gets involved, gets caught by the referee. No, like my good friend Fella used to say, or does say. So the referee says, you are out! Kicks Jakari Jackson out. Well, that's gonna work. You ever notice when the referee kicks somebody out, they eventually come back anyway? So what's the point? But anyway, they go back and forth. Roxy sends Lash out the ring, lands a big time, well, not a big time, lands a suicide dive. Sueth Tope Suicida! As Excalibur would say. And then, guess who comes back? Jakari Jackson comes back, distracts the referee. And then, Kiana James, that hottie, she comes out, hops the barricade, holds Roxy's arm while Lash lands a running big boot. Then she hits a power bomb on Roxy. 1, 2, 3. Surprisingly, Lash Legend got shit done, and she advances to the Iron Survivor match, where she also will be with Daddy's favorite girl, Daddy. Tiffany Stratton. So I think we got 2, maybe 3 more slots open next week. We got, like I said, JBL's picks. And then maybe we'll get, we got Jerry King Lawler's picks, and then probably whoever lost will be in a multi-woman match, and the winner of that gets the 5th slot. Same thing for the men. So, we'll see what happens with that. But Lash probably picked up her biggest win ever in NXT, and she gets the win, and I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So it looks like Roxy still has problems with Kiana James after, I think, about a week or 2 ago. But let's see what happens with that. We move on. Alright. Then we go backstage for a weird segment. We see Lyra Valkyria Dalasi from Ireland, the NXT Women's Champion. she's with two guys. I'm like, who are these guys? Are they coaches? Are they doctors? I don't know who the fuck these guys were. Maybe her friends from Ireland. I don't know. But anyway, she's watching what Xia Li's been doing lately, knocking people the fuck out. And then we see a graphic from Xia Li inviting Lyra to a warrior tea session. Oh, we're going to drink tea and cannabis with the queen. It is what it is. So I thought that was kind of weird, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to this freaking tea party, whatever it is. Lyra comes in looking fabulous, as always. Xia Li's there in a kimono. You know, that's not Chinese, but whatever. So Xia explains the warrior traditions to Lyra. And then we see, tea and, I don't know, some weird-looking algae. I don't know what the fuck that was. Mints. I don't know. So she's there explaining. She gives Lyra a white kimono vest. She puts it on. And then they sit down. And then Xia is, making the tea, which we all know is spiked. If you didn't notice that, you see the spoon all kind of discolored. Takes one to know one when these things happen, we're going to spiker drink. So anyway, Xia says the tea they drink will signify when she consumes Lyra next week during their title match. So Xaya's like, please, have some tea. So Lyra's like, I've seen this before. I'm not going to drink your tea. You might have pee in it. Who knows what might be in that? I mean, if you're William Regal, then this tea tastes tatty. Would you like some pee with your tea, Mr. Regal? Jericho, back in the day. Anyway, so Lyra's like, I'm not going to drink your tea. So Xia says, well, if you don't, I will show no mercy for the weak. Next week, Lyra says, well, let the best warrior win. And then they get up. I thought they were going to fight, but they just bow. Traditional bow like you do in karate. And then we sweep the leg down or something. No. So we get that. So we got Lyra Valkyria defending the belt against Xia Li. I thought this match was going to be at Deadline, but then I guess maybe a rematch happens, or I don't know what happens. But we will see what happens next week on the program. So I thought it was kind of corny. So I only gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we go to the back where we have the lovely Mackenzie Mitchell and her guest. Well, we have the Trick Mello gang back at it. Carmelo Hayes, the man who shoots, and, well, sometimes he misses. And his good buddy, Trick Williams, is about to whoop that trick. What? Whoop that trick. Uh-huh. Okay. Kind of like what I do. I just whoop that ass, when I lay down that pipe. Whoop it, I know people are going to take that the wrong way, but I don't give a shit. So I'll whoop your trick ass, too. But I digress. Alright, so she's there. Trick and Mello still kind of friends-ish. But, Trick's still kind of, can't get over what happened last week with, Mr. Brian Pillman Jr., Lexus King, talking some shit, putting some things in Trick's head, thinking that Mello did it. And then Trick went after Lexus King, but accidentally hit Mello, and then, they hug after a while at the end of last week's show, and Mello's like, he's pissed. But looks like this week they're kind of on the same page, and then Mello's like, I'm going to be in your corner later on in your qualifying match. Okay, we get that. We'll see what happens with all that. I think that Mello is going to turn on Trick at Deadline, and then as soon as we get into 2024, we're going to get Trick versus Mello, probably at New Year's Eve, maybe in a street fight or something like that. We'll see how this plays out, but it seems that you know, Trick's like, it's not you, Mello, and then everybody's like, oh, it's Lexis King. Possibly. I mean, we do hear from him later. But in any case, we move on. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then after that, we get another segment with Mackenzie, this time with Braun Breaker, who decimated Von Wagner last week. Basically, you know, says, I'm done with that, you know, I want to be put in the Iron Survivor qualifying matches, I want to qualify, I want to get my shot at the belt again. And then Dominic Dijak comes in and basically gives Braun a warning, says, if you get in my way, I will put you down. So I have to see what happens with that. So maybe Braun's next feud will be against Dijak. Decimate him too, probably, before he goes to the main roster. Whenever that may be. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars as well. Let me move on. Alright, finally we get back to wrestling action with the men's Iron Survivor qualifying match. We got Trick Williams with his good buddy Mello taking on Joe Coffey with the rest of Gallus, Wolfgang, and Mark Coffey, respectively at ringside. It was a pretty decent match. Starts off with a Test of Strength, which you don't see anymore in wrestling. Once in a while you see it, but then it pretty much goes back and forth. You know, Trick getting the advantage. Joe Coffey get the advantage. Joe Coffey rolls out of the ring after he gets launched into the air with a pop-up Tiger uppercut by Trick. He rolls out of the ring, and then Wolfgang and Mark stand in Trick's way. So that distraction leads to Joe sneak attacking Trick. Then he starts working Trick over for a little bit. As we go to break, we come back. Gallus tries to get involved. That really doesn't work because Carmelo Hayes pulls Mark Coffey off the apron. You forgot about Wolfgang. As Trick hits the ropes, causing him to spill out of the ring. Uh-oh. And then Joe Coffey hits all the best for the bells, his finishing move, and somehow Trick kicked out of that. And then he gets up after a little tussle, and then he lands the flash knee, or the V-trigger, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, 3, Trick Williams is your winner in a pretty decent match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. So Trick goes on to the Iron Survivor match, where I believe Dijak is as well. So I think he won last week. I could be wrong on that, but we got that win. So a little bit more tension with Trick and Mello. You know, Mello accidentally knocking Trick out of the ring. And pretty much it. Then we move on. Alright, then we go to the back where we see Baron Snorbin Corbin, who has a match later on in the night with Wes Lee. He's getting ready for the match, and then Mr. Brian Pillman Jr., the loose cannon himself, Lexis King, whatever you want to call him, he comes in, they talk about Wes Lee, they talk about Trick, stuff like that. And then Corbin says, you did a good job. You did a good job. Something like, what are you talking about? And then, basically, Lexis King just says, all I gotta say is, mission accomplished. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so! As soon as he came out, I was like, wait a minute, did Lexis King attack Trick? I mean, they kind of said something in last week's segment, to the point that Lexis King attacked him. It's not Mello after all? Or are we getting played from both sides here? What's going on? But Lexis King says, mission accomplished. To that, I don't know what he means by that. Could it be Trick? Could it be Ilya? I don't know. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But pretty interesting segment. And I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. We move on. Alright. Then we go back to ringside for a tag team match player. We have the Brawling Brutes of Ridge Holland and her good friend, Butch, Pete fucking Dunne. They're taking on Out the Mud, OTM, the Boricua Gangsters of Bronco Nima and Lucius Price, along with Scripps, Reggie, you know, the wannabe tough guys. You're from the street. Yeah, so it's New Jack, right, motherfucker? That's right, motherfucker. Okay, go store some more cocaine. Okay, get out of here. Anyway, so we get that, the fake gangsters, basically. If you want to be gangsters, you want to be from the street, why don't you go talk to a certain guy? Well, we can't talk to New Jack because he's sadly dead. Sorry, Jerome. Sorry. Or you can look up Mustafa Ali. You can look up Mustafa. Maybe he's still around. Or call up JTG. Yo, Uncle Fatty. It's crime time. JTG and Shag Despot. It's crime time. Because they're from Brooklyn, so. You could look up JTG. He'll tell you how to be street, get some street cred. But really, Reggie's just there. I know he's from, where is he from? St. Louis? He's from Missouri, something like that. But he's being portrayed like this. What is he? Is he really street? Or is he just there with these guys that are supposedly from the streets? I don't know. What is the backstory here with Scripps, Reggie? Maybe Reggie needs to do a hard time promo about how living on the streets, like living in a freaking box, or I had to hustle to get my money, like Biggie or Tupac. Give me something like that. Maybe we'll actually like, oh yeah, here's Reggie. Reggie has street cred. Okay. Instead of just like doing these fake as fuck segments, like Reggie's like, oh, I'm from the street. I used to roll dominoes in the alley and hustle people. I don't believe it. I don't. But if we could get like a backstory of something about Scripps, about Reggie, that would be fine. And then maybe we'll actually take this team a little bit more seriously. Because right now, I just think they're basically a fake wannabe New Jack and Mustafa with less violence. I'm just saying. That's why I call them the Boricua gangsters with less violence. But I digress. Anyway, pretty semi-brutal match. Back and forth they went. Really, Scripps did nothing except get his ass kicked after, I think it was, Butch dove onto them. Butch was in trouble, but he manages to tag in Ridge Holland, who cleans house, and then they hit some type of finisher for the win. That was it. So, the Brawling Brutes get the win, and I didn't give a shit. And that rhymes. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we go to the weirdest fucking segment of the night. Joe Gacy on top of the roof of the Performance Center. Or the Capitol Wrestling Center, wherever he was. Gives us another cryptic message saying, I gotta find myself. He's a ghost wandering the halls of NXT, trying to find his place and everything. I think he was busted open on his nose. I'm like, what the fuck is on your nose? And he's like talking all weird, and next thing you know, it looked like he threw himself off the roof, but it's really his phone. I'm like, what the fuck? And at first I thought, like, did he legit just commit suicide? Or is he just crazy? It was a crash pad we didn't see. So, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Joe Gacy. He's lost Ava Raine to catering, basically. I don't know what they're gonna do with her. She did talk to the wise man, Paul Heyman, so maybe she joins the Bloodline. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. The grizzled young veterans are, on the indie scene right now. Maybe going to Impact. Hopefully not to AEW. I would think Impact's more better for them. But we'll have to see what happens with that. But Gacy, is a man on his own freaking island. And what happens? Does he form another version of Schism? Or does he just have another weird gimmick that probably won't work? I don't know. Not the same Joe Gacy I know that was the CCW World Heavyweight Champion, and then also he had that epic feud with MJF over the TV title, the Wired Championship. Then had a mega bloody as fuck feud with my other good friend Matt fucking Tremont. That led up to like Cage of Death. Like I think it was in like maybe 2 or 3 of them. Whew. Some of them were. I mean, I love Cage of Death. It's not the same CCW I know and love anymore. I mean, they're still around, but it's basically like basic indie fed right now. It's an indie fed. It's not violent anymore. You want to go see you want violence like CCW? Then go to either XPW in California. Sometimes they'll be around my neck of the woods, or mainly Jersey. Or you go to you go to ICW and No Holds Barred in Jersey. Sometimes they'll wrestle in Queens, the Melrose Ballroom. Or you go to GCW, which is basically a ripoff of CCW. It's a basic ripoff. I'm sorry. And JCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling. In Jersey. Or whatever they go to. You want violence? That's where you go. But if I was Joe Gacy, I would really consider getting out of NXT. Get out, ask for your release so that they release you. Go back to an indie fed. I don't care what it is. Go to GCW. Why not? Go back to your hardcore days. Because, you were good in Evolve. I mean, he was very good in Evolve. I think he was a tag team champion. He almost died against Walter when Walter was a champ back then. Holy shit. I was at that show when Walter basically almost killed Joe Gacy. That lethal chop of his, it felt like a gun went off in the freaking auditorium of the fucking Catholic Church. Like, god damn! I mean, I went to one the other night with this poor girl. I don't know. I think her name was A Lot of Dollars. Not Top Dollar, but A Lot of Dollars. This cute little patootie from Atlanta, GA, probably from the Script Club. She fights Bonesaw Jesse Brooks, and Jesse Brooks chopped the fucking soul out of her. And everybody in the freaking place was like, god damn! Poor little girl had to be like 20-something years old. Even the fucking referee fucking like, god damn! And if you get chopped like that, I think you want to get out of wrestling. Because if you feel your soul just like legit leave your body and somehow you survive, I think you might need a new line of work. Especially all the people that have been chopped by Walter in all the years he's been an indie wrestler up to now. Whew. I mean, he chops you, and your soul leaves your body, and then gets pulled back in somehow. Some of the people that get chopped by Walter, they're probably like, oh, I'm dead. Why am I still here? Elizabeth, coming to see you. That's how it feels like. It feels like, Sanford and Son and everything. Quick show, by the way. Great show back in the 70s. Love that show, man. Religiously loved it. We don't get those type of shows anymore. We get all these stupid reality shows that suck. Well, some of them do. Some of them suck, but I mean, I can't get into Survivor. I can't get into The Challenge. Big Brother, I used to watch. I can't get into it anymore. Luchasaurus is actually on one of those seasons, by the way, if you didn't know that. I didn't know. I was like, what? Okay. I know the former guitarist for Kitty was in it. Jen Marasco, if we all know that. I can't get into that. I can't get The Bachelor sucks, all the Gordon Ramsay shows, Hell's Kitchen. I hate that religiously because it's so stupid. I wish somebody would legit knock Gordon Ramsay the fuck out. Almost happened one season where this guy's like, I don't give a shit. He's still right to freaking Gordon Ramsay. And if it wasn't for security, Gordon Ramsay would probably be on the floor, in a hospital bed. And the guy was Italian too. That went up to him. I was like, dude, you better, stick up for the Italians. That's right. You better knock him the fuck out. I hate him. He thinks he's all tough. He's really, like he wouldn't win a fight if he even was in one. He's like the Wheeler Yuta of cooking. But I digress. But in any case, Joe Gacy needs something else. He needs to leave NXT. He needs to go back to the Indies, hone his craft. Maybe he goes to Impact. I don't even think if he goes to AEW, what would you do with him? Put him in the House of Black? No. No. Why would you put him in the House of Black? It's like Julia Hart being in the House of Black, but actually they made it work. Buddy Murphy, the same thing. But, because he's friends with Mr. Tommy and Mr. Malachi Black, those epic matches they had on the main roster, and then when Buddy Murphy got released, Malachi's like, hey, why don't you join us? So I got my friend Brody King from PWG. Why not join us? We're gonna call us up the House of Black. And then we bring in 22-year-old cutie patootie Julia Hart. Change her from a cheerleader to a goddess. Woo! She rips off Maria Brink so bad. She does with that freaking hat. The early days of Maria Brink, when she was dressing up as Lady D from Resident Evil Village. I wonder where they got that idea from, Capcom, right? Where did you get that idea from? To put Lady D in that stuff that she was in. Oh, you've been listening in this moment, right? You've been looking at pictures of Maria Brink in that gear from Black Widow. You sons of bitches. That's where they got the idea for Lady D in Resident Evil Village. You thought it was, it's just, that? No. They took that from Maria Brink on the cover of Black Widow, the 6th album of In This Moment. By the way, buy the new album, God Mode, right now! Kicking ass. And why the fuck did the Grammys fucking not nominate him? You see my disgust for the fucking Grammys? Metallica's in 3 categories. Disturbed, isn't it? I'm okay with that, but we all know the Grammys hate Metallica. God forbid they win at the Grammys for Lux Eterna or for 72 Seasons or whatever song they're nominated for. God forbid Disturbed wins. And then, you hear James, saying, fuck the Grammys, All the Metallica fans will be up in arms, like, we didn't win another fucking Grammy! God forbid they perform. You know they're gonna perform, and you know what happens? Mike cuts out. Like it did a couple years ago when they sang Moth into a Flame with Lady Gaga. And then they had, I think it was the same year, Green Day had 1 minute perform one of their songs, and Billy Joe's they did the song, and then Billy just fuck this! Threw down everything, they crashed the stage. I don't blame them. The Grammys are a shit show. And the people that run the Grammys, the Grammy, whatever, Recording Industry Artists of America, I think it's RIAA, they're a bunch of assholes too. And the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame? That's even worse. I don't know how you put in, these people that are not even rock and roll. It's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why are you putting, no disrespect to Shaka Khan or Donna Summer or anybody like that, Stevie Nicks. Well, Stevie Nicks is rock and roll, but I digress. But you're putting Shaka Khan, you're putting LL Cool J, you put I don't know if Biggie's in it, but Biggie probably should be in there. You put people like that don't have any rock and roll in them? I don't get it. Put Little Richard in there, because that's 50s, 60s rock and roll. Elvis, people like that. But you don't put in real rock and roll people, Like Iron Maiden? Alice in Chains are not in? I mean, come on. Oh yeah, we put in Rage Against the Machine this year. Great! But how long did it take Kiss to get in? I mean, Ozzy's in there twice. Pearl Jam is in it. Yeah, Nirvana is in it. Foo Fighters are in it. Dave Grohl's there twice. That's all good and dandy. Pink Floyd is in it. Def Leppard. You know, all those great bands I love. But, I mean, Alice in Chains are not in it. Stone Temple Pilots I don't even think are in it. The Rock and Roll Hall of Shame is a joke. And the Grammys are a bigger fucking joke. Oh, just wait till next year's not even next year's Grammys. Next year's Hall of Fame class gets announced. You know we're gonna be pissed. If certain bands don't get in, like Iron Maiden, Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains. And eventually it's coming up on almost 25 years of the first In This Moment record, Beautiful Tragedy. That's gonna be in 2030, I think. I think it came out in 2005, 2032, I think. Somewhere between that. 2030 and 2032, In This Moment can be actually inducted into the Hall of Fame because their first record came out in 2006, 2007. But they're going to get put in? No. 25 years of In This Moment. They're probably one of the greatest records ever. That's my opinion. I mean, Blood is a great album. All the albums are great. You know, Blood is like 1-2 between that and Tragedy, but still. But is In This Moment ever going to get in? Yeah, probably when I'm dead. Probably like 2075 or something like that. I don't know. But I just can't stand the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Shame and the Grammys. I don't watch the show. I don't care too much who gets inducted. If it's somebody good that I like, great for them. I still don't get behind them. And I will never go... If I ever go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in Cleveland, I will piss on that place. Legit, I will piss on it. Because it's stupid. It's a joke. It's a joke. That's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, so Joe Gacy, yeah, get out of NXT, get a new gimmick. And that's it. Alright, we were about to start AEW, so let me fire up the tube. Fire up the good old Rich Man's Cable. About to hit the 8 o'clock hour. About to start Dynamite. Gonna hear from MJF, the champ, tonight. He's gonna talk about the devil. I wonder who that could be. Oh, I'm cold! So I got this cold. Really got this really bad cold. I don't know what happened. Got some good matches coming up. We got the Bucks versus Pentagon and Commander. Ooh. In Bucks country, which is Ontario, California. Wheeler, Utah, and Jon Moxley taking on Second for the Man, Hook, and the All-International Champ... the IC Belt Champion, the Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Precious Squeeze Orange Juice, Orange Cassidy, and so much more tonight on Dynamite, which is about to start. The go-home show before Saturday's Full Gear. Don't forget Collision live on Friday, going head-to-head with SmackDown and getting buried. Same thing for Rampage. Rampage is, I believe, is live too. So 3 hours live AEW action right after during SmackDown, really. 2 hours live of Collision, going head-to-head with SmackDown, getting buried, and then Rampage live, which will probably get like 300,000 people, or basically 200-something thousand. I mean, Rampage didn't do great this week, 290, almost under 300,000 views, and then Collision did right around 400,000. Not great. But we get that. Alright, so we start off with what happened at the end of Dynamite, where the Devil's minions, which probably one of them is Matt Taven, threw Anthony Bowens through a plate glass window, and Bowens still trying to jump out the window and escape. Are you blind? Yeah. So we see that, and then MJF, we see the Devil appear, and then MJF goes to the back and checks on him, and then Samoa Joe is like, you're losing a lot of friends, dude! And Adam Cole has been telling MJF the whole time to trust Joe and have him team up with him to take on the Ass Boys for the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts. Is it going to happen? Well, we'll see tonight. We're going to hear from Mr. Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker. Also got that 8-man street fight, the Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, street fight with the Golden Lovers and, Jericho and the Big Slow taking on the Don Callis family. All that. And we're going to start off with the Blackpool Cook Club of Wheeler, Utah, and Jon Moxley taking on Hook and Orange Cassidy. So we'll see how that goes. As Moxley and Orange Cassidy are going to beat the fuck out of each other on Saturday night over the international title. Moxley's going to win it back, obviously. Well, hopefully, we'll see. Hook's still your FTW champion, even though that belt is not recognized. God, dude is 26-1. But we hardly see him. He hardly defends that godforsaken belt his dad gave him. He won it from Ricky Starks, who won it from Brian Cage. By the way, Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, congratulations on your second baby, a beautiful baby boy. So we got that. So congratulations to them. Melissa Santos had the baby, I believe, it was late Monday night, early Tuesday, yesterday. So congratulations to them. Then Brian Cage's like, well, I'm gonna hold my baby boy. Then I'm on a plane for freaking Ontario, California. But they live in Vegas anyway, so it's like not even a plane ride. But congratulations to them. And we move on. Alright, let's finish NXT, and then we're going to get into AEW later. Alright, so after that, we go to Gigi Dolan, taking on Santino Marella's hot daughter, Ariana Grace. They're still going at it, Ariana's still causing problems in the locker room with Carmen Petrovic. Blah, 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 blah. So, it wasn't really a great match. Ariana, at least she held her own, tries to pin Gigi with her feet in the rope. The referee's like, no, no, no. Stops the count. And then Gigi kicks Ariana Grace right in the fucking head. And then she hits the Gigi Driver. 1, 2, 3. Gigi Dolan is your winner. And the match gave 2 out of 5 stars. That's pretty much it. Alright, then we have Mackenzie Mitchell in the back with a man that we haven't seen in a while. Eddie Thorpe, Mr. Nightwolf himself from Mortal Kombat. He's talking about, he went away for a while after that hellacious scrap match he had with Dijak a few weeks ago. And then Drew Gulak and company, Catch Point 3.0, whatever number it is up to now. He comes in with Miles Bourne, Damon Kemp, and Mr. Rico's son, Charlie Dempsey, who challenges Eddie Thorpe to a match, which will probably be next week. Whoop-de-goddamn do! And that's it. Alright, this match on AEW between Wheeler Utah and Jon Moxley and Hook and Orange Cassidy, starting off right in the crowd as the Blackpool Cup Club comes out, and then Hook and OC are fighting in the crowd. The match hasn't even started. No bell. I didn't hit no bell, Rack! Beating the fuck out of each other. In the aisleway, Wheeler Yuta's taking Hook back to looks like he's taking him back to the ring. Yep, throws Hook over the guardrail. Well, kind of chaos starts for AEW. And then Tony Khan's like, oh, this is such good shit. But we move on. Alright, so Eddie Thorpe versus Charlie Dempsey next week. And I really don't give a shit. Alright, then we go to the back where, a whole bunch of reporters are, they come up to Mr. Chase and ask him, what's going on with this investigation. And Mr. Chase is basically saying, at this moment, I have no further comment. Then he leaves the arena with JC Jane. I wonder what's going on. I think something bad's happened, man. I think Mr. Chase tried to get some nookie from JC Jane. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But I mean, JC Jane's actually legit going out with a black guy, so she's getting the BBC anyway. So lucky you. Nothing wrong with that. If you're a lady, if you want that, good for you. But you want a real lover, you come to the Italians, because we're good lovers. It's true. It is damn true. What do you think? Why do you think that Madonna had that shirt on? Italians are lovers. What Italians do it better? Because we are good lovers in bed, baby. We get it on. We lead on that pipe, and we're good, man. We're romantic. We don't have to go all hardcore and everything. We're nice. We treat the pussy very nicely. But I digress. That's just me. Anyway, we move on. Alright, so after that, so we'll see what happens with this investigation with Mr. Chase and whatever going on there. Blah, 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 blah. And now Hook and Moxley going at it. Ooh, German suplex by Hook. Not big beefy men slapping me, but beat the fuck out of each other. But anyway, let me move on. Alright, so then we go to your main event of the evening. Well, another man who smokes a lot of weed. That's Wes Lee. He takes on the pirate himself. That's the story of Jack Sparrow. I really wish he went back to his Lone Wolf theme. I hate his new theme. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And that's Baron Snorbin Corbin. They go back and forth for a while. Wesley slams Corbin's head into the commentary desk a bunch of times. And we Booker T's like, oh yeah! And then they go back in. Corbin kicks out of a missile dropkick by Wesley. And then Dominic Guerrero ese Latino Heat. Oh yeah! He comes out, the North American champion. Runs down the ringside. Wesley takes him out with a Tope Suicida. And then he goes right back in the ring, and he walks right into End of Days, which really nobody kicks out, and really Drew McIntyre should have never kicked out of that. That is some bullshit. It is. So Corbin hits End of Days. 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much it. Baron Corbin is your winner. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. That's that. Wesley kind of went to had a segment with Corbin, and Corbin's like, "Oh, you're going to go after Dom Dom and the NXT North America title," and then Wesley's like, "That's not on my list right now." So he really wants to go be back in the main event picture, go after the world title, but I really think at Deadline he's gonna face Dominic Guerrero and get his North American title back, which fucking will piss me off. But it is what it is. Orange Cassidy trying to kick Moxley's fucking head off, and Moxley's like, "Come on! Hit me, you son of a bitch!" It is what it is, and that's it. Alright, so Corbin gets the win. Like I said, match was 3 out of 5 stars. Wasn't that bad. And then after the match, Corbin continues to beat down on Wesley, and then the Russian Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, he comes in for the save, and then Dragunov goes for the Torpedo Moscow. Corbin counters that into the End of Days, lays him out, and then basically he goes to leave, but Ilya gets up from that, and basically tells Corbin, he's like, "You don't know what you just did." He's like, "You want a title match? You got it at Deadline." So there you go. So Ilya will defend the belt against Baron Snorbin Corbin at Deadline. You think Corbin's going to win? No. God forbid, Baron Snorbin Corbin is your NXT World Heavyweight Champion going into 2024. That will royally suck. And that's pretty much, that's pretty much it for NXT. So it wasn't a bad show. It was a good show. It's kind of like this, Al, And we move on. So my final rating for NXT, 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comments section, or you can do your own video if you want. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'm gonna go watch the rest of watch the rest of Dynamite, and then hopefully later, if I don't fall asleep like I did last night, right here on the channel, your AEW Dynamite review. And then that'll be it. And then tomorrow, hopefully we'll get Ring of Honor back tomorrow, late tomorrow night. We'll talk about Ring of Honor again. And then Friday night, Friday, we're going to do, Full Gear. I'm going to hold off on Full Gear predictions till Saturday, because there might be some extra matches later on, because Collision and Rampage are going to be on Friday night. So I want to get the full final card for Full Gear, so I'm going to do that early Saturday afternoon, because I got things to do Saturday. I will not be watching Full Gear live. I will watch it on the replay, because I'll be out Saturday night. And, blah, blah, blah. So I will do my Full Gear review on Sunday, early Sunday, before the Niners game, because they play at 4 o'clock in Santa Clara against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that's that. So I want to get that video done on early Sunday, Football Sunday, Week 11 in the NFL, in the league where they play. Flip. So I'll get that. So Friday night, I will do SmackDown, as I usually do, right on the channel. And then Saturday, I will do my, early, I will do my AEW Collision and Rampage review for the 5th week in a row. So get that done, and then do the predictions video for Full Gear, and then I'll be out Saturday night, and then when I come home, whatever time I get home, because I'm going like out of state basically. I will do watch Full Gear, and then Sunday, like I said, Sunday, I will do your Full Gear review, and then pretty much get you right into next week, Thanksgiving week, another pay-per-view, so more predictions videos will be coming your way for Survivor Series. That'll be coming on next Saturday afternoon. Also, it's basically the same thing you're going to get this weekend. But Survivor Series review will be coming next Saturday night after the pay-per-view. So, but a lot of things, I have to get all the reviews up next week, and then pretty much, after Thanksgiving, pretty much back to normal. We got Deadline coming up. We got Ring of Honor Final Battle coming up December the 15th, which I'll do the review on Saturday the 16th. And then the final pay-per-view year, World's End, which is December the 30th. I will do that the afternoon of that day. And then on New Year's Eve, I will do a retrospect year-end review on the Shadow Slayer channel, and then pretty much it. And then the ball drops, and we're going to hit 2024, and then I will do a video right here on the Peter Joseph channel with my first video of 2024. And we'll look back at 2023 on that video, and then that'll be, probably, I'll do the video, and then later on New Year's Day, I will do a actual video talking about the year-end review for that. My year-end review. Not for wrestling, just for myself. That's pretty much it. So like a vlog-ish type video on January 1st, 2024. So we get 2 videos on New Year's Day. And that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. 6.5 out of 10 stars for NXT. So, leave your comments down below. Hit the bell. All that good shit. And that's it. Wheeler Yuta's down. Yay! Hope he stays down. But he won't. It is what it is. Alright, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your fucking cock-out. And if you're not down with that, well, that's just too goddamn bad, motherfuckers. Because for 15 years, going on 15, it's the same fucking outro. With a little twist here and there. But if you're not down with that for 14 plus years, Just too goddamn bad. Because me and a whole ton of people that have been with me since day one, motherfuckers, you're not down with that. Too bad. Because we got 3 words for you. And that's fuck you, man. That's it. Until next time. Peace. Ha!